Welcome to Live the Dream with yours truly, Marty Kaiser. Buckle up and let's get started. Happy Friday, everyone. This is Marty Kaiser with our Friday edition of Real Estate Tidbits. Hope everybody's doing well and looking forward to Happy Father's Day. Spoil those dads. It's always spoiling the moms and the kids, so spoil your dad this weekend. We deserve it. Hopefully the weather will be good, other than we know it's going to be hot. Hopefully it won't be too rainy. So today I'm going to spend a little bit more time on updating some of the properties that we have for sale. I don't do that each session, but I thought today would be a good time for that because we have a fair amount of new properties for sale, and I just wanted to let everybody know about them. So to start off with, we've got a really nice property in a section of Hunters Creek called Mar Vista. It's in the Vistas. It's a section of larger homes. This particular one is a 5.5, very well maintained, big corner lot, fenced yard, nice pool. That one is asking $675,000. And if you like information on any of these properties that I mentioned today, you can reach me, Marty Kaiser, of course, at 407-595-9700, or you can email me at marty@floridasells.com. The next one we're going to chat about is a new listing that's going to be on the market probably on Monday. It's in the only gated guarded section of Hunters Creek called Tanglewood. It's truly a premium home. It has numerous new upgrades in the home. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, just under 1,800 living. Has a brand new pool in the back. It's a low maintenance property. There's no carpet in the house. All the flooring throughout is upgraded. And it's a very nice property. The unique things about Tanglewood are it's the only guarded community in Hunters Creek for those that want to feel a little bit more comfortable in the evenings. It also, as an added bonus, has a community pool social area. And last but not least, they take care of your front landscaping. And this particular property was designed so that the back is pretty much maintenance-free. It was really well done. So I look forward to having folks view that particular property. That property is going to go on the market for $480,000. Then we have a new 1-story condo villa that'll be on the market by tomorrow. It's in Villanova, which is a gated section of Hunters Creek. And this one is unique for a few reasons. A lot of the properties in Villanova are multiple floors, so this is a 1 floor. You enter on the ground level, and it's a 1 floor. It's more like a villa feel to it. It has a 1-car garage. The carpeting is in premium condition. It's been a very well-maintained property. We have it as the best value in Villanova presently. It's a 3.2. It's about $1,350 living area. And the asking price is $269,900. Last but not least, we have a new 2nd floor condo in the 32824 zip code. It's not too far from the Publix shopping center on Landstar Boulevard in Meadowwoods. It's a gated community, very well maintained. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Has some nice improvements in it, and that one's at a very reasonably priced at $229,900. So if any of these properties are of interest to you, please let me know. And of course, we can show you anything for sale, but these are 4 that myself and my wife, Camille, have for sale presently. So we'd certainly welcome the opportunity to help anyone that we can with that. On a related note, we're starting to see a little bit of pickup in the market this week. I think I mentioned Tuesday I was starting to see that, and I'm seeing more of that this week. Now, the one thing that is quite evident is the properties that are getting activity are price related. You have to be a lot more aggressive and sharper pricing with your homes, because the typical home, which would be in good condition in a popular area, but doesn't have oh wow type improvements, those properties, there's a lot more of them for sale right now. It's an extremely competitive environment. And so consequently, people are more discerning about pricing as well as features and condition and such. So I noticed a direct correlation as we're pricing homes more aggressively, and as the sellers are signing on with us once they see our recommendations. It's made a huge difference this past week, and I expect that trend to continue. Last but not least, we do have an existing listing that we've had for a couple weeks. It's in Keaton's Crest. We just made it what I think is the best priced larger home in Hunters Creek. It's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, plus it has an optional 5th bedroom or office. Reason I say it's optional, it does have a closet in it, so you could use it as a 5th bedroom. However, where the room is positioned is ideal for an office, den, or nursery, so it has a lot of flexibility. Has a 3-car garage, 3-way split plan. It's been ideally maintained by the sellers. Has a nice pool in the back. It's a corner lot, so you have a lot of land, especially on the one corner side. And we just modified the price, so now it's $639,803. And on an accepted contract, the sellers will contribute up to $5,000 of the buyer's closing expenses. So it's really a tremendous opportunity, and I think you'll be impressed with all these properties that I mentioned, and so we'd love to help you with them. Besides that, I would say the market, the inventory levels are still increasing. The increase in inventory is gradual, so you wouldn't say, gee, there's 20 houses going on the market in one neighborhood today, but you do see a steady increase. I know in one of the neighborhoods that I mention a lot, Hunters Creek, their inventory level in the past 30 days has gone up approximately 25%. So you probably will see, like, if I was putting statistical averages, maybe one new listing every 3 days. So again, it's a gradual process, but when you evaluate it from month to month, it's a discernible difference. And the buyer activity is pretty much staying level. Now, the buyers that we're working with right now seem a lot more serious, so they're looking with the absolute intention of buying now and taking advantage of greater opportunities, as opposed to just people kind of browsing. So that's really up to you on what your situation is. But I know when we structure offer, sellers all, besides price, of course, they want to see a nice clean offer with not a lot of loopholes. Each party paying traditional expenses as much as possible. Having a reasonable closing date, not something way in the future. And as we're in the summer now, you know, most people that are looking right now want to be into their home before school starts. And school starts typically, depending on what school system you're in, whether it's private or public, around the second week of August, give or take. So that's only 2 months away. So as they say in Orlando, time flies when you're having fun. So that's a little bit about real estate inventory, the market conditions, kind of my feelings about it. And I'm going to do a quick deviation while it's fresh on my mind, and that's to go over the NBA basketball championships. As I've mentioned in my past couple podcasts, I had selected Oklahoma City to win 4-1 over the Indiana Pacers. I did expect it to be a very well played and competitive series, but I thought Oklahoma City was just a better club, and they set. They had one of the best records of all time in the NBA this year. Well, surprisingly, Indiana is more than holding their own. They're up 2-1. And Game 4 is tonight. So this is kind of the linchpin of the series. I may have to change my prediction. If Indiana can win tonight and go up 3-1, I do think that they're going to win the series. If Oklahoma City wins tonight, I think they'll still win the series as I first expected, but obviously it'll have to go 6 or 7 games. But it's been a very interesting series, a lot of coaching changes on both sides in terms of adjusting to the other team's strategy. Up to this point, the coach of Indiana, Rick Carlisle, has definitely made better adjustments and has outcoached the Oklahoma City coach, who, by the way, is a very good coach in his own right, but in the first 3 games of the series, Rick Carlisle has definitely outcoached him. On a social note, because I haven't talked too much about social activities the last few podcasts, for those of you that are following the news, we're having a lot of demonstrations highlighted by Los Angeles and some other major cities about how immigration's going in terms of deporting people, how people that are being kind of arrested or held in limbo are being treated. A lot of people feel that some laws are being broken and they're not being treated humanely. On the flip side, other folks say, well, these folks are here in many cases illegally. So if they wanted to be treated better, they need to be here legally. There's a middle ground to this, in my opinion. As you've heard when I've talked before, I'm more of a centrist. Unfortunately, neither party represents my interest or a lot of other people's, because I think both parties are really doing a horrible job. Immigration in particular shows the indifference and incompetence of our political system, because this is an issue that's been kicked down the road by both parties for 40-odd years now. It's been a very big issue, and people continuously are going to want to emigrate to the United States. There's a lot of countries that have dictators, they have gangs, they have women being abused, trafficked. So there's a lot of legitimate reasons why people want to move to the United States. However, at the same time, you need a system. How are you going to process people? What type of numbers are you going to allow, and how quickly a time can you process them? And we've done none of those things. We have way more people that we can take in. The processing is either slow or non-existent. We've got a lot of kids that were born here that are in limbo because depending on who's in power, they're threatening to deport some of those kids even though they're supposed to be considered citizens. So there's just a lot of issues. And no matter what your feelings are, everybody should be treated as a human being. And it's just disappointing. Insofar as the demonstrations, people have the right to demonstrate, but again, it must be in a peaceful manner. If they're doing it in more of a aggressive, violent manner, then they're going to be treated a lot rougher and or jailed and roughed up a little bit, unfortunately, because the police have to protect their own interest and their own health. If they're blocking roads on major thoroughfares, they're going to have to be dealt with. I know in California, from what I read, some of the freeways were blocked. It's a very tough issue, but I think people that aren't affected by immigration need to speak up also, because right now it's mainly the victims of immigration or family or friends of these folks are the ones that are affected and the ones that are more outspoken about it. But I think it's up to the average citizen to state their opinions and try to take a humane approach and look at it from both sides. I know, like right now with our elected officials, the Democrats really don't have anybody that's leading their charge. They don't really have defined positions. On the Republican side, 95% of the politicians are scared to death of the president and just keep quiet, even though that they know a lot of policies are just unjust. So people need to be proactive a little bit, because if not, by being quiet, you're basically ratifying these behaviors, and it encourages more of this authoritarian, dictatorial type of mentality that we're experiencing. So that's all for today. Feel free to comment about what I've said. I would love your comments. Have a great weekend. Be safe. This is Marty Kaiser out.